All my receiving from Europe is around 5657. I have better luck with the Middle East. They are stronger than European stations. The band is kind of long. But good to hear you. And you're solid 5'9" here. And good to hear you as always, my friend. I hope everything is well with you.
Yeah, everything is well. Thank you very much. I have a day off tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. My wife and the two harmonics, they're going to out of all places, they're going to Sarajevo on Saturday. Over.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got this stupid phone call here. The scam call I get all the time. John, so you're home alone for a whole weekend or a whole week?
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be home alone till well, I'll have the cats. I'll be home alone till Wednesday, and then I'll pick them up, all going well, from the airport. So it's an early one for Saturday morning. I'll be getting up at 3, over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, enjoy your time. Sometime having a home alone with the animals is better, and it's a quiet time. Yeah, my ex-wife, she's going out for a month, actually, next month. So starting first week of August all the way to the first week of September, she's out for a whole month. I'm normally going to be home alone. I still have my birds, so they keep me company. But I don't mind to be alone for a while. Now, a month is too long, but then, I have my own set of schedule, and I have a freedom to do whatever I want to do. So no complaint here, John. Roger?
Yeah, roger on that. Yeah, well, I prefer when everyone is home. In fact, they were all saying, we don't really want to go, but we'll go. So they don't like to travel too much. I think it's the thing of traveling to get there is the one that's that a lot of people these days don't like. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I remember, well, obviously pre 2000 and even before that, I remember getting on a plane in San Jose and just walking out the door. You just walked out that door, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, a lot has changed. The world has changed quite a bit. I personally hate to travel on a plane myself. And I've been all over the world, for the work. But now I prefer to drive or not to go, because so I won't blame them. But sometimes you just have no option but to fly. And right now, flying is not a fun thing. It's worse than traveling in a bus, I guess. But what can you do, Anyway, can you guess which rig I'm using right now?
Yeah, I think you're on the 710, over.
Nope, you are wrong.
Yeah, well, tell me, over.
You came up too quick, my friend. I'm actually using a Yaesu FTDX 101MP.
Yeah, Roger. I think there's a little bit of work to be done on it, over.
When you say a little bit of work to be done, what exactly kind of work you looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for a bit of the audio could be, and normally I'd never say it because I've no idea what you have to do, but I think it can sound better, over.
No, but that's just a general statement. You have to tell me, is that too high, too low, too many mid? You gotta give me some idea.
Yeah, you need more high, over.
Oh, you're looking for more high, Ben. If I go too much high, my friend kills me. It's too much for the for rescuing. I heard that years, so I have to keep it low because otherwise they complain.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I sometimes, well, in the beginning I got that as well. They said it sounds too hot, over.
Yeah, that's a normal general complaint. When your audio is too hot, it's okay for a DX and everything for your schedule, but if you have to listen to the audio for hour in a straight, then people don't like it.
Yeah, Roger. Anyway, well, I'm sure you'll get it sorted out. I'm looking forward to hearing you back on the. I don't know whether it's the 200 or the 7,000 you have over.
No, it's a G2. I have a G2. That's been sitting quiet for a month or so. I do have a G2. And keep in mind that, John, when you're hearing the people in a long distance, the propagation makes a big difference. And sometime, you will see some of the frequency get cut off when you're listening in a long distance. So keep that thing in mind. It could be very, very much different from, location to location.
Yeah. Now, I'll give you an example. If someone was listening to you, for example, in ZL, but you were only a signal 1 or even a 0 signal, at your audio now, they would hear what you're saying, over?
Yeah, Roger. Well, my point is that because of the propagation, sometimes the propagation managed to take away either low or high from your audio, and it varies quite a bit. So it's really come down to what exactly the listening station is listening and how far it is and what kind of propagation is. But it does make a big difference. And it's such a variable thing, you really can't control that.
Yeah, Roger, by the way, I'm sure my signal has come up. I realized I wasn't on the main antenna, over.
No, you're still same. You're still same. A lot of QSP on the band. So you're kind of up and down. But a lot of QSP on the band at this moment, John, at least on my side.
Yeah, Roger, well, you came up to 10 over on that one, and I'm on the Moxon now. And when I called you, I was on the little, I won't say little, on the 2-element quad, but it's not so high, over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, well, the thing is, the QSP is so strong right now that it's really not make much difference what antenna or how much power you're running there right now. Because I was just talking to the station. I'm surprised that you're coming in that strong. Because I was talking just 10 minutes ago, and I was listening to the station from Europe, and they were basically 5.7, 5.6, 5.5, and 5.4s. And here you come with the good, strong 5x9 plus. So your station is doing a wonderful job, my friend. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Well, so is yours. I think it's yours is doing all the work, but maybe we just have the right bounce, over.
Yeah, QSL. Sometimes where exactly you hit the ionosphere and what angle you get, because I can, like I said, I mentioned to you earlier, I was able to hear the station from Saudi Arabia much, much stronger, and I was able to hear the station from Europe. So maybe you are in the right distance from me, because I never heard you listen 5.9 there, John.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Well, you're always a great signal. And just out of curiosity, with the G2, did you suffer any gremlins at the start, over?
No, negative. No problem with the G2. It runs great. I actually had 2 of them. At one point, I just got rid of one, but none of them had any issue. Why are you asking question? Have you heard anything?
Yeah, well, I know some people were suffering some internal RF in on the radio. They were complaining about 15 meters, and yeah, well, sometimes it's them, not the radio, but then someone else they kind of rushed them out, and they didn't finish them correctly. But obviously, what you got a good batch, over.
Well, I don't know what people say, man. I hear this thing all the time from these non-guys. I tell you one thing for sure. If you mismatch one wire in the anon or those radio, your radio would not simply work, period. There's so many pins, and you can put it certain way. If you do anything different, the radio would not work. That's just the bottom line. I built the radios. I've been doing it since 2012, and I have built my own radio based on the Orion board, actually, from Anana. I do have it right now. Back in 2015, I built that thing. And one thing for sure, that if you have miswired the radio, you will not gonna work. Only possible places you can miswire them is maybe your balanced microphone audio or something like that. But the rest of the circuit and PA circuit has to be certain way. Otherwise, not a single band gonna work. So if somebody says only 15 meters not working, then maybe they didn't set it right, or they didn't do the PA calibration right. So sometimes I take what people say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're the expert, and I have to say, I have to say, and I don't know what you're going to say, but the Hermes light, when you look inside it, there's not much going on. Over.
Well, Hermes light is less than half a radio of what the normal Anan going to be, because it does not have some of the high pass filters and the band pass and all that thing. So you're lacking quite a bit of the circuitry. So even with that new 10E, they don't have a high pass filter on the receive side. So the people will find out eventually. That's why I kind of stayed away from that radios, because it's a work. It works great, but it's not good for every situation. I do have a HL2. I used it for a week, and it's sitting on the side right now. Because, again, I don't have a use for it, but I built it just because I can, and I wanted to see what is involved. It's a pretty simple radio. It works great. But like I said, I am not using it. I got a 100D and 7000 also sitting here, not being used right now, John. ON8EI, this is Kilo Echo 3 Victor Golf.
Yeah, Roger, on that, Mukesh. Kilo Echo 3 Victor Golf, Oscar November 8 Echo India. Yeah, you're right about all that. So what I do, and I probably told you this before, I switch between the two radios. Every other week, I'm using the other radio. So, but I just can't see the, it's probably me. I can't hear the difference between the two of them. Over.
Yeah, well, you're only going to hear the difference in a certain situation, right? Normal radio operation, I guess you can take 10 radios on the market and you're not going to hear the difference. The difference is very minimum at the top end, and those are the difference when you have a very, very big signal and you want to get off all the QRN and you want to pull the signal out. That's where you will hear the difference. Otherwise, for the normal operation, when we're doing 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 9, you are not going to see any difference there. What happens with the Hermes light is that certain signal, you're never going to hear it. So you don't even know that there was a signal. So that's the difference. But the money you pay for the radios, for higher money, is for the top maybe 5 to 10% of performance, which nobody really ever missed that, John.
Yeah, Roger, on that. Yeah, well, I have to say I'm a kind of lazy operator. I like to hear the big signals. Over.
Yeah, well, I think that's pretty much everybody likes that. For me, I always like to pull the weakest signal out there and see if I can watch them, because that's where the challenge is when you hear the station. I watch so many QRP stations coming from Europe. When they're running a 5 watt, that's where the fun begins, because how do you manage to hear them and have a QSO? So I enjoy those QSO because 5.9 plus, everybody can work it. But if that really weak signal is the one, it's the fun part.
Yeah, and I'm just out of curiosity. I haven't looked at your. I'll put on your QRZ page. I haven't. Well, I've looked at it, but I don't remember seeing about the antennas. I do you have and maybe you have it already. Do you have space for a beverage, or do you have a beverage? Over.
I do have beverage. I do have at least 3 of the beverage on my property, and I got 3 of them in 3 different directions, John. And you may be able to see one beverage. They're hard to see. Other beverages are hidden in the trees. I use a beverage especially for lower band, 40, 80, and 160. Beverage, you do all the trick.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'm going to pull up your page now, but no, I had a demonstration from a guy in Ireland that I know, and he's got quite a big Yagi up in the sky for 40 meters, and he was just demonstrating switching between the radio, the Yagi and the beverage. And he couldn't hear those 100-watt stations in the States. And as soon as he switched over to the beverage, beaming northwest, he could hear them all coming in. Over.
Well, I found the beverage is more effective in the lower band, 40, 80, and maybe a 160. I don't hear them that much effective on 20 and up, really. But lower band, well, what beverage do is they give you a lower signal, but a higher SNR, signal to noise ratio, is very high. So sometimes if I hear the station say 5.7 coming through my regular dipole antenna on an 80 meter, but then I switch it to beverage, now it's coming only 5.5. For my PBSNR, if you look on your TDS, you have a meter called PBSNR, which you will see a bigger difference. So noise to signal ratio is much higher with the beverage. So even the lower signal strength you see on a meter, but you got a much more cleaner signal is coming through with the beverage.
Yeah, well, I don't know when it was, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I was talking to a guy out in the Midwest, and I think it was like Hurricane Alley or whatever it's called, someplace where they suffer a lot of hurricanes and high winds, and he had given up on a beam and a tower and the whole lot. And what he had done was he had a bit of space. He had an old band vertical, and he had 4 beverages going all the different directions. So he put out quite a bit of power on the old band vertical, and then he was listening on the beverages. Over.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I actually have a 80 meter is my vertical antenna. If you see in my QRZ page, you'll see a 70-foot tall vertical antenna. And then a 40 meter also, you see I have a 32-foot big IR from a step IR. And what I do is I receive the station on the beverage and I transmit on my vertical. That's exactly what I do. And it works great. The vertical works great for DX. For some time with the local station, you won't hear that strong as a dipole. But in my case here, my verticals are very, very quiet. Actually, they are quieter than my off-center dipole. So most of my operation is pretty much vertical and the beam antenna. That's about it.
Yeah, I see at the back of your garden you have, it looks like high tension electrical wiring. Over.
Yep, and the next question you're going to ask me that do I hear any noise? And my answer is no. That's a typical question I get asked every time. And those high tension line does not give me any kind of noise problem. most of the time the line noise comes from the lower, lower power line. The distribution line, those are the one who are noisy. The high tension line is pretty much very, very quiet.
Yeah, Roger. Well, that was the next question. That's interesting, and I take it that looks like a DX engineering for 80 meters. Over.
That is correct.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, it's handy the way you can drop it down. And how many radials do you have on that? And are they all full wave radials or half wave, or what's happening? Over.
Well, my whole backyard is full of radials. I got my 40-meter antenna, or 40 to 6-meter antenna has 120 radials, full-size radials. And my vertical for the 80-meter, I got 64 radials, and each one is 70 foot long.
Yeah, Roger. And did you ever have, or did you ever consider a 4-square? Over?
Yes, I do. Matter of fact, eventually I'm not going to go 4-square. I'm just going to have a second antenna, maybe pointing towards Europe, and pretty much going to work Europe and Pacific with that. But that's why I'm entertaining. It's just quite a work involved there. That antenna, that 80-meter antenna that you see there, that was a lot of work actually. I had to dig a base 4 feet by 2 feet deep and work on it. So, I want to put up another antenna just like it, identical, and a couple more 40-meter antenna and make it more like, the phase antenna for get some gain there, John.
Yeah, well, there's nothing like directivity and gain. Well, for my sins, about 4 years ago, I built a 4-square for 40 in a small garden. Now it was 1/8 spacing. It did work, but I did suffer from reflection from one of my other masts. But it was an experiment. It was nice, and I still have all the bits and pieces. I could put it up again, but for the moment I'll leave it as it was. But it did work. Over.
Oh, they work amazingly. I have a couple of friends that have those, and they work really, really good. So if you don't have a chance to put up a beam antenna, a 4-square is the way to go. I do have a tower sitting there, and I'm planning to put up another antenna maybe in a year or two with the second tower, and I want to put up a 40-meter beam there, and I might as well just put the whole other antenna from 40 to 6 maybe, and have a backup antenna that way. So that's what I'm thinking to do. It's just quite a bit of work involved there, John, and I am just becoming lazy lately. ON8EI, this is KE3VG.
Yeah, Roger, KE3VG, ON8EI. And I'm just looking on the page, and he's taken all the photos down. So I think he's more or less, I'm not sure if he's QRT, but he's not in operation. I wonder, did you ever come across a station? His name is Chris, and I used to listen to him quite a bit in the morning time, and he was a terrific signal on his 4-square on 80 meters, and he was Golf 4 Alpha Mike November. Over. So Golf 4 Alpha Mike November, and his name was Chris. Over.
Let me check my log. Golf 4 Alpha Mike November, Golf 4. Yes, sir. I have worked with Chris. Last time I talked to him was last year, December, on a 40-meter. Chris Wainwright. I did talk to him. Yes, sir. I have talked to him.
Yeah, a very, very nice person, a terrific operator. And even if you're like a pipsqueak like me, he'd let me in and have a go. Over.
Well, that's the fun about it, right? Ham radio hobbies. Everybody was working a strong station, and nobody cared about the other station. That would be no fun. So I like to work each and everybody, and I hope everybody does the same way. Anyway, you're holding up nicely. You're still strong, 5x9 plus here. Is that? Do you hear any change on my end, or it's still the same?
No, negative. As was. Over.
Roger. Well, the bandits definitely came up because earlier I was about ready to give up actually because I could hardly hear anybody from Europe.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I think because and it's not coincidence. Anytime I've heard you, we've always been a decent contact as regards signals. So I think Chris has. I think he's no longer operational with that super duper Foursquare. But if you give his call sign in on something like Google Images, I think you'll probably see photos. But it was a terrific one. It was homebrew, but he really was some signal. Over.
Yeah, Roger. No, the Foursquare do work. They give you almost 3 dB of gain actually when it's done right. And I have seen the demonstration of people doing it. So many people I know, they run the Foursquare on an 80 meter because it's hard to put up a beam for 80 meter. Very few guys has those. So I have seen people actually having a Foursquare on 80 meter, and that's exactly what I was trying to do, is to put an antenna there for 80 meter, and eventually add one more for 40, and that would give me enough, signal strength. But even now, with that 80 meter antenna, vertical antenna, I pretty much work anybody and everybody I can hear. With the beverage and that antenna makes a whole lot of difference for 80 meter. Do you work 80 meter? And what kind of antenna you are using for it, John?
Yeah, I do work 80 meter. If I hear something from the States, I normally the East Coast they can hear me. So it's a simple system. It's just a dipole. The apex is about 16 meters above the ground. And then they slope down to about 12 meters above the ground on one side, and I think about 5 meters on the other side. It does work. It's not super duper, but I do make the contacts if there's someone there. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, no, I actually we work especially winter time. I go on the frequency around midnight. On the X frequency of 3790 to 3795, and we work all kind of station, mostly from Europe and South America sometimes. But we work quite a bit of that. And if you come in around 11 o'clock our time here, we normally, myself and our friends get together on anywhere from 7135 to 7150. Wherever we find the room, we get together. And we normally have a QS till 2 o'clock in the morning. So if you are up sometimes or wake up early in the morning, you can find us in that frequency of, look for 37... 7135 to 7150. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'll certainly do that, and I'm sure you've spoken to a K3VG. Over.
Yeah, well, everybody talks today. Well, let's put it this way.
Yeah, well, that's a quick answer. Okay, well, yeah, very interesting. There's a pal of mine, an Irish guy in Boston, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he's strong. He's loud from Boston, and he's NI2 US November India 2 United States. Over.
NI2 US. I'm looking up right now. Let me see if I ever worked him. Nope, I have never worked him. I am on. No, I never have worked him there, John.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I think that vanity call sign, I think it's probably maybe 3 or 4 months in operation. But anytime I hear him, 20 or 40, he's a terrific signal. So that's it, Mukesh. We could talk forever. But we hopefully we'll talk soon again. I'm actually going to send you a link to Chris. I found his he has loads of photos on Flickr. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. And this guy Amon, I think he's the same antenna which I'm using is a TH11. The high gain TH11, that's the antenna he's using.
Yeah, well, maybe his page needs a little bit of an update. I think he's on a JK now. Over.
That could be very well. JK is the next step to go. Yeah, the antenna. It's just the thing is, changing antenna is so much work. So when I told you about that second antenna I was trying to put up, I was looking at the JK antenna. I was thinking of an RPBM, but then I decided to go with the JK. They make a great antenna.
Yeah. Well, they're very well renowned in the USA, the JK. So that's it. You're a terrific signal and a great conversationalist. So out of curiosity, will you be at the salt mine tomorrow? Do you work from home, or do you have to drive in? Over.
Oh, I'm home. So I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm normally here every evening. At around 6 o'clock my time, between 6 to 8, I'm always working at DX around that time.
Yeah, interesting. I'm just going to say one final thing. My son, he graduated from college. He did 3 years of computer science applied, and he actually got a special distinction for it as well. So he did well, but now the trick is to get your first start. Over.
Yeah, that's always a challenge. The first one. Once that is done, then you're good to go.
Yeah, Roger. So he has. I have to kind of move him on a little bit, but the first thing he has to get, now he's 21. He has to get the car license, and he will do that. We did say it before, but now he realizes to have a driving license is very important. Like him, like me, we love our cycling, but a car driving license is a must. Over.
Well, yeah. Without car driver license, you can't do much around here.
Yeah, exactly right. Unless you kind of, reach a certain part of your career where you can do it all from home. But sometimes you have to meet the people. Over.
That's true. Very true. Well, you got to have a good exposure, at least in the beginning, because, the important part is a social skill with any kind of work you do. And I am a firm believer that having to be going to the places and meeting the people on a daily basis where you develop the social skill.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, I think once he's up and running, he'll do well because he's worked where I work for 3 years as a job student. So you can work for a month, you get well paid, and it's tax free. And he got great, great appraisals, and the staff, they all loved working with him. And he did 3 months at the local hospital in the IT department, and that went well. So the next thing now is to get the foot on the ladder and to see what he can do. So anyway, that's oh yeah, and the other thing he's going to do, since he has some spare time, he's going to get his A license in Belgium. Over.
QSL. Well, tell your son congratulations and good luck with the new end over there. And he will do good. He will do good. He's need a little bit of guidance, and you are there for him. So that's a great thing to have. Anyway, good luck, my friend, and enjoy and celebrate that good time there.
Yeah, certainly will. Okay, well, Mukesh, always a pleasure speaking with you. I'll send you that link to you about Chris, and I think he has something else. So maybe that's the reason you've spoken with him on 40. I think he now has a 40-meter single vertical, but I'm going to go through now on that. But I'll send you that link right now, and you can have a look at it at your leisure. So we keep in touch. Always a pleasure hearing you. Kilo Echo 3 Victor Golf, Oscar November 8 Echo India. Bye-bye from Belgium. Till the next time. Over.
Roger. John, it's always good to hear you, my friend. Thank you very much for stopping by. And just enjoy the QSO here. And looking forward to hearing you again soon. 7-3, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.
7-3.